Cablevision, the Blood Bowl channel is happy to bring you this match, which, if it lives up to expectations, should be a real humdinger, shouldn't it, Jim?
Hi, Bob. Hi, everyone. My answer would be like every Blood Bowl match. Blood, sweat, tears, a bull, apothecaries on standby. What more can you ask for?
A quick glance at the player stats, and you soon realize that these two teams are years apart.
Very sunny.
Just look at that clear sky, Jim.
Another glorious day, but that blinding sunshine may affect the passing game.
Great! Then maybe the teams will turn their attention to hitting each other instead.
Just look at the fans. They're red hot. A majority of supporters reckon that the league should take measures to prevent the small minority of peaceful fans from watching a match from the terraces.
They've got a point. If they don't want to join in the fun, they might as well stay home and watch it on Cablevision. Charge!
Don't hit me, don't hit me.
No, I'm sorry, that's an old reflex. I'm hearing you starting this.
We don't see much of the heroes of law these days.
No, I don't know.
For any spectators who aren't aware, the heroes of law hope to show the world a better way by honest, strategic play on the pitch.
It's probably a good thing we don't see them.
Now, there's one that won't be coming back in a hurry.
I think he's singing him a lullaby. Good hand skills. The ball is caught.
Wizards have not always been able to cast spells safely from behind the sidelines. Were you playing at the time in an Albion League, a second division that prohibited spellcasting from off the pitch?
Oh, yes. They were great times. I remember fans traveling to games just to see how well Wizards stood up to the mad charge of a raving Blood Bowl star. The noise created by a sizzling fireball, followed by the characteristic sound of the snapping of a wizard's neck.
And don't forget, children, don't try and do this at home. Remember, these are seasoned professionals.
Well, one of them is anyway.
The Referees Guild has decided to hire a bodyguard for each game.
Another brilliant idea. And just how effective will one bodyguard be against a stadium full of supporters?
True, could be a bit one-sided.
Incoming!
Well, it is a violent sport.
A recent medical report stated that cerebral hemorrhages were less frequent in Blood Bowl players. Amazing when you come to think of it.
Not really, when you consider that brains are also less frequent.
Ouch! nice sleep.
Little baby gets his medicine and he's having a little nap. Funny how his head went one way and the body the other.
Must have an elastic jaw. Every now and again, Blood Bowl throws up a real mixed bag of a team.
Like the motley horde that's made up of a bunch of misfits.
Yeah, can't be easy to coach those cast-offs every day of the week. A perfect utsuridoshi.
Well, what's that when it's at home?
In layman's term, a stamp on the skull. And that's how you make a successful pass.
Could be an important pass. Can you smell that, Bob?
Sure can, Jim. Looks like the Halflings are brewing something up in the dugouts.
Is it time for afternoon tea already, Bob?
It looks like they're desperately trying to distract the opponents, Jim. It sure smells delicious. It looks like they're desperately trying to distract the opponents, Jim. It sure smells delicious. I've heard of teams that have simply disappeared after being abandoned by their supporters.
Let's say that some teams who haven't won a match for several years have been tied up by their fans and thrown into rubbish containers.
It's the only way to end a downward spiral.
What finish, what style, what perfection.
What a hammer blow!
This player is going to have a little nap.
And the wake-up will not be too early after this one. There was a time when the colleges of magic hadn't yet ruled on limiting wizard assistants to teams.
Who could forget the infamous 2472 Quagmire incident, when rampant spellcasting caused the entire Bright Crusaders Stadium to sink into the earth?
Nobody could forget that. People were blinded for miles around the stadium.
This player has opened the slapping box and gives rather generously.
Corruption is so widespread that the Referees Guild has set out rules concerning where, when, and how one can accept a bribe.
Under an agreement signed last season, clubs are not allowed to offer less than the going rate.
Now, there's an acrobatic routine worthy of a gold medal.
Yes, it's nice to see an uppercut followed by a double backflip.
That's what happens when a pro crosses an amateur.
Yes, splotch. Blood Bowl is reputedly the toughest of all sports.
So they say, but it really only comes down to taking a few hits.
If it wasn't for the blood flowing from his nose and mouth, you'd swear he was having a rest. He checked that move.
Made him look stupid, you mean?
Instant stun.
What a sissy! That one can't hold the ground.
Timber!
I'm sure the fans will get a chance to cry out that during this match, Jim.
Sure hope so, Bob. Timber!
Ah!
That reminds me of when I took Grifter bits in the '91 final against Reichland.
Oh, yeah. You kneecapped him.
The player has got the ball, and now he's the main target.
The Blood Bowl annals are littered with the stories of teams who've gone bust with crippling debts.
And with the cost of doping and bribery on the rise, the problem won't be going away.
In a game as physical as this, the player is really in the right place.
Exactly. It's really ugly.
Just a few yards to go.
Look over there. Some cute little elf beauties are selling big moot sandwiches in the stands.
Hey, I'm off to get one. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
And so now you like big moot sandwiches?
No way. A little elf. Yeah.
One with a good reason to go see the apothecary.
Yep, looks like he's gonna need a good one.
Reputation clobbering. I doubt that he'll be taking any further part in the match.
No, I'd say that the apothecary had his work cut out for him.
Did you hear about the Evil Gits? The team that is made up of the mix of evil players?
Their fans won the most evil supporters of the year award. Fully merited from what I've seen.
Like there was some bad blood between those two, eh, Bob?
Yeah, Jim. Something to do with smoke. Touchdown has been scored. You say that the match has finally started. Okay, it's halftime. The players will be grateful for the rest.
And the supporters glad for the opportunity to rebuild their stocks of missiles.
Doping is really endemic in this sport.
Isn't it written into the game rules?
The ball's in play.
Today's insight comes from Jaime Schnivel, coach and owner of the Goblin Lowdown Rats team. In yesterday's Spike magazine, he said that Blood Bowl was like war. No winners, just survivors.
Oh, that's deep. About as deep as his team's position in the rankings. Oh, no, another one who actually plays the ball.
Well, there's a rumour going round that the freelance ogre Morgan Thorg, ex-captain of the Chaos All-Stars, may be making a comeback.
Oh, just to think about his career stats make me go weak in the knees. 50 touchdowns by Goblin throws, 50 running touchdowns, and incredibly, an amazing 617 dead or injured.
Yep, he's the only living player to have made it onto the Wall of Fame. You can't say much about that.
Full-blooded, but perfectly legal.
Ouch! Right in the face. The other guy couldn't dodge that one.
What a mean hit!
As you say, it is pure art. Go back home now. Did you know, Jim, that only young treemen will help out the Halfling teams?
Well, when are they considered to be young, Bob?
When they're under 250 years old, Jim.
Mere saplings. Wallop! Right on the schmuzzle.
He'll have a bit of trouble blowing his nose from now on.
Today's insight comes from Jaime Schnibbel, coach and owner of the Goblin Lowdown Rats team. In yesterday's Spike magazine, he said that Blood Bowl was like war. No winners, just survivors.
Oh, that's deep. About as deep as his team's position in the rankings. Poetry in motion.
What we'd like to see
More often. The mutants! With feet coming out of their backs, a fifth eye, and other bodily parts.
Oh, God.
Especially Margot Thumgrin.
Yeah, I remember him. His head so resembled a ball, he was decapitated by a black orc from the gouged eye. Yes, it was one of the rare occasions when a team ran in 2 touchdowns with a single play.
Ouch! Oh, he's knocked him senseless.
You're assuming, then, that he had something between his ears to begin with.
Popcorn? Check. Pies? Check. Cake? Check. Looks like the Halfling players are getting ready for some serious action, Jim.
Sure does, Bob.
Their pre-match warm-up sure is different from most teams.
Hook was worthy of a black orc.
You're telling me it'll take a while to get over.
Wizards have not always been able to cast spells safely from behind the sidelines. Were you playing at the time in an Albion League, a second division that prohibited spellcasting from off the pitch?
Oh, yes. They were great times. I remember fans traveling to games just to see how well Wizards stood up to the mad charge of a raving BloodBowl star. The noise created by a sizzling fireball, followed by the characteristic sound of the snap of a wizard's neck.
He sent him down for a chat with the Astrogranite. Hold still, and then pow! right in the face. Down and quite stunned, apparently.
Oh, a few slaps in the face and anybody can wake up instantly.
You remember Rudog Ironhead?
Of course, leading player for the Chaos All-Stars.
That massive armored body and those razor-sharp metallic claws?
During a stormy game with the Valkyries, he proved to be an excellent lightning rod.
Ouch! That punch knocked his teeth down his throat.
Yes, Jim, that's never a nice sight.
Nice left punch, right on the nose.
Sure was, Jim. It's broken now.
Look over there. Some cute little elf beauties are selling Big Moot sandwiches in the stands.
Hey, I'm off to get one. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
And so now you like Big Moot sandwiches?
Ah, no way! A little elf beauty, yeah.
That face job is a lot cheaper than a plastic surgeon.
I don't know if he planned it, but it won't do him any harm in the looks department.
The Referees Guild has decided to hire a bodyguard for each game.
Another brilliant idea. And just how effective will one bodyguard be against a stadium full of supporters?
True, could be a bit one-sided. I bet that hurt. Good job his nose got in the way.
Yeah, otherwise he'd have got it full in the face. It will be just a small step for the player, but a giant leap for the team. What violence!
Yes, it's a great spectacle, Bob. remember Rudog Ironhead?
Of course, leading player for the Chaos All-Stars.
That massive armored body and those razor-sharp metallic claws?
During a stormy game with the Valkyries, he proved to be an excellent lightning rod.
It seems this player does all the talking with the fifth.
And they clearly know how to get heard.
Ah, the mutants! With feet coming out of their backs, a fifth eye, and other bodily parts.
Oh, God.
Especially Margot Thumgrin.
Yeah, I remember him. His head so resembled a ball, he was decapitated by a black orc from the gouged eye. Yes, it was one of the rare occasions when a team ran in 2 touchdowns with a single play. Blood Bowl players are getting more like their Albion League cousins every day.
That wasn't a light touch that put him down, Jim. That was a solid chop to the back of the neck.
Well, there's a rumour going round that the freelance ogre Morgan Thorg, ex-captain of the Chaos All-Stars, may be making a comeback.
Oh, just to think about his career stats make me go weak in the knees. 50 touchdowns by Goblin Films. 50 running touchdowns, and incredibly, an amazing 617 dead or injured.
Yep, he's the only living player to have made it onto the Wall of Fame.
There goes the ball.
Like a letter in the post. Did you hear about the Evil Gits? The team that is made up of a mix of evil players?
Their fans won the Most Evil Supporters of the Year award. Fully merited from what I've seen. Doesn't look like he'll be getting back on his feet too soon.
He should be up before next week's match.
That player's gonna wake up with a serious headache.
We don't see much of the Heroes of Law these days.
I don't know.
For any spectators who aren't aware, the Heroes of Law hope to show the world a better way by honest, strategic play on the pitch.
It's probably a good thing we don't see them.
Good recovery.
He missed the pass!
Bring on the sock. Rubbish! You're rubbish! Go home, losers! Give up! Couldn't even get a draw. Talk about a one-sided match.
Did they send out the reserve team by mistake?
Tiddlywinks world champions, more like it.
There can be no excuses. No balls, no victory.
I'm not sure that comment will come across as you meant it to sound.
Somebody should tell these guys that there are two halves to a pitch.
Perhaps there was some form of illegal wizardry that kept them to their side.
So, we're in for a dope-free match.
Well, on the pitch, at least.
He's a typical example of RPBA, ref paid to do bugger all.
Yes, they could have got away with murder out there today.
They did.